Here we have another Dell Alienware laptop. We already have the motherboard out, or Dell Alienware. I call it Dell Alienware. That came in from the power. Short circuit. The reason I know it's a short circuit is because when you plug the power adapter in, the power adapter shuts itself off because of a short circuit on the board. And the short circuit is likely a V-core MOSFET short. And I've worked on this very same model many times. And I would say there's a 98% chance that this board will not be affixed due to a CPU related issue. Anytime we have a short circuit on the V-core circuit, the CPU gets affected. But I want to prove myself wrong. I want to work on this laptop again. And I can tell you from now, we're going to test for a short circuit on the DC MOSFETs. And then looking under a thermal camera, we're going to discover that we have a V-core short caused by one of the MOSFETs. And let me show you. I can already tell which MOSFET it's going to be. Look at this inductor. Look at this one. Look at this one, and look at this one. Look at how burnt this inductor is. Now, a burned inductor does not mean that this MOSFET is bad, but it's a good indication. Okay, and those do not look as bad as this one here. So I'm going to predict that the problem is this MOSFET here, or possibly this one, but I think it will be this one here. I did not do anything with the board yet. I did not pre-test it. I did not pre-figure it out. Everything is done in real time. We're going to start by measuring the DC MOSFETs. So we're going to start with this DC connector here. There's a Flux cable that connects here, and then the charging power adapter, it plugs into the Flux cable. We're going to go ahead and measure the drain of the second MOSFET. Meter in diode mode. You see? We have a short circuit. Now, if we inject voltage using our voltage injection tool and we monitor the board under a thermal camera, we should see heat on any one of the V-core MOSFETs that I showed you earlier. Let me just set the voltage injection tool to, I currently have it set at 1.6 volts, and that's good. And I have a long probe. And I mentioned this when I made the video about the voltage injection tool, that you can use your multimeter probe since it's long, so we can have a good reach. And if you look here, I have an extension for ground. The ground wire is short, right? So I have an extension, an alligator clip wire on both ends, and we'll plug this or connect this to a screw hole or to the USB port. Okay, and now we're going to inject voltage at the shorted MOSFET, or at the shorted drain of the MOSFET, right over here. And right now we are drawing about 1 amp. I have the maximum current set to 5 amps on the voltage injection tool. And when we point the probe here, the circuit board is drawing 1 amp. We should be able to see heat with a 1 amp draw. Let's go to our thermal camera. And the V-core MOSFETs are right over here. So I'm interested basically in this area, unless we have a short circuit somewhere else on the board, which I very highly doubt, because I work on those boards every day. And right there, see it? Was coming from right over here. One more time. Right there. That's the bad guy right there. And the CPU is getting hot also. So the voltage that we are injecting is passing through that MOSFET onto the CPU. And our CPU is most likely dead based on my experience working on those boards. I'm just making this video so I can confirm to myself and to you that I'm right, that we're not going to be able to fix this board because of a CPU related issue. But maybe we get lucky. Who knows? So the shorted MOSFET, which one is it? Right there. You see? I predicted that we're going to have a short circuit right here because of the way this inductor looks. We got it. Let's go ahead and desolder the MOSFET, and we're gonna solder a replacement and see what happens. Prediction number 1 is the laptop will not work after the repair. Prediction number 2, we had a short circuit that's related to the V-core MOSFET, and we got that right. Prediction number 3, before we even measured under a thermal camera, I told you that it will be this MOSFET because of the way this inductor looks. And the final prediction is the laptop will turn on. We're gonna see blinking lights, but nothing will show up on the screen because of a dead CPU. And how do I know that? From experience. So we can see the circle on the bottom. And where are we gonna grab that MOSFET from? We're gonna grab it from a donor Dell Alienware laptop. We have a lot of them. We have a lot of them. If you look here, Dell Alienware similar board, you can see that we use this one, we use this one, we use this one, we use this one, we use this one. What does that tell you? It tells you that we work on those laptops every time, exactly the same issue. Let me look at another board where we can still grab one from. And I have this one here. And it looks like we grabbed that one. And the MOSFETs may be labeled differently, but it's the same one. We can grab this one here. Or we can even grab this one here. Let's grab this one. And the reason is I never seen a short circuit on the very last MOSFET before. And look at all that reflections. Let's get rid of the reflections. Just like that. And we cannot even tell that we have flux on the board because we got rid of all reflections and glare thanks to our anti-glare light. If you have not already bought one, you can log into NorthridgeFix.com, click on shop, and you can look up anti-glare along with this amazing microscope that we also carry and sell. Be careful of imitations. Our microscope, when you turn it on, it shows the NorthridgeFix logo. One of the highest quality microscopes in the market. A lot of microscopes, they look the same from the outside, but you have to know what's on the inside. We now also carry and sell the NorthridgeFix articulating arm for the microscope, so you can buy the whole package from our site. The microscope, the articulating arm, the ring light, the anti-glare light, and you'll have one of the best microscope sets in the market. That's what I use every day. Look at the difference between having an anti-glare light and not having one. The difference is day and night. And the chip is soldered on nicely. I'm just gonna do one final touch up on it. Beautiful. Now note, when I removed the chip, I did not check for a short again, because I'm almost 110% sure, or 120% sure, that the short was gone. Sometimes you do not need to measure every step of the way. When you do it every day, you skip. You skip from step 1 to step 10. But in the video, I do go over the steps every day. And that's why making a video takes more time than if I was working on that device without making a video. It may take me 1 hour to make a video, but 10 minutes if I was fixing it without making a video. And all for you. A lot of people, a lot of viewers appreciate the time I spend making those videos, knowing how long it takes to make the videos, edit the videos. And some do not appreciate them. Why are you advertising your products? Who's gonna pay my bills? You? I don't think so. Why is it bothering you that we are advertising our products? Why is that bothering you? I always mention it. Life is give and take. You take, you give back. You do not just take and not give. When you are purchasing from our e-commerce store, you support us. Videos are free. You just watch them and learn. I share everything. And we're done. I'm gonna hand the board over to Big Boss to reassemble and test, and I'll be back to finish the video. Okay, so if we look online, 2 red blinks and 1 blue. What does that mean? If you look here, 2-1 means the processor has failed. And if you look at this other Reddit thread here, 2 red blinks and 1 blue, unable to turn on. What does that mean? Bad news. The 2-1 light pattern means CPU failure. What did I tell you? I knew it from the beginning that we're not going to be able to fix that board based on my experience working on those boards. It's almost always a CPU related problem. And that's it. I made this video in hopes that maybe we can get just one Dell Alienware laptop to work after a short circuit, but we're gonna end the video right here. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think. Leave it down in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll do something else in the next video.